Capricorn. Welcome to the channel. My name is Ariel and I am your tarot translator. So today we're going to start off with a few oracle cards. We're going to put them here at the forefront of our table. And these are going to be the messages that tie into the overall reading. We're going to do past, present, future, clarifiers, and then tie it all back in at the end with some just inspiring messages for you. So let's go ahead and see what pops out from this gorgeous holographic deck. Oh, there we go, fine. Came out with the Three of Swords. All right, so the Three of Swords is here. We're gonna put that right here and I'll explain to you what that means in a moment. The next card we're gonna pull from is this deck right here. And this is gonna give us, again, just an overall oracle message for this particular reading, how it's all gonna tie into the tarot at the end. One card, please. Perfect. Passion. All right, so we've got the Three of Swords as the overall, and we've got passion. All right, let's see. I think this will be our next card here. Let's get one card from this Kipper deck for Capricorn, please. Just one card. Oh, did it come out? There it is. Okay, we've got Great Fortune. Well, that's always a great card to get. All right, Great Fortune is here, and we're gonna do one of these cards. So this is an Archangel Michael deck, and this is going to be just either an answer to a question that you have or something that you need to know about this overall reading. So one card, please, for Capricorn. Thank you. Be assertive. Okay. So that is a message for you, Capricorn. And lastly, let's grab one from this deck here. And this is going to be, oh, that was very fast. Acceptance. This card says, I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. All right, acceptance. So far we've got here something about a past heartbreak or a heartbreak that you've experienced. But then we've got passion, we've got acceptance. I've learned to accept the things that I cannot change. Something about great fortune and be assertive. So let's see how this all plays out now that we've got those cards as we read the tarot. So I'm going to choose this deck right here. This is a really fun deck. It's a mermaid inspired deck. And with my name being Ariel, often been called the Little Mermaid. It's spelled A-R-I-E-L too. All right, let's do one more shuffle for this deck. And she was my favorite Disney princess as a kid. It's the very first movie I ever saw in movie theaters. Okay, let's get started. For Capricorn, please. 3 cards for Capricorn. Perfect. So we've got the World, we've got the Hierophant, and we've got the Page of Wands. Give me the current energy, please. I'll explain all of this in a moment. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got the Tower. And we've got the Sun. Okay, it's the happiest card in the deck, Capricorn. And then here for our future incoming energy, we've got the Magician. We've got the Judgment, and we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, let's do clarifiers for this really quick. So let's do a clarifier shuffle, please, for each of these cards, and then I can get you a better idea of the storyline that I'm seeing here. Something about this recent past situation. We've got the World, the Hierophant, and the Page of Wands. Let's see what comes out to clarify all 3 of these. Okay, so we've got the World to the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles to the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune to the Page of Cups, the Chariot to the Hanged Man, the Seven of Swords to the Tower, the Page of Pentacles to the Sun, the Knight of Pentacles, which can be Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy, to the Magician, the Moon to the Knight of Cups, and we've got the Knight of Swords to Judgment. All right, and let's just do 5 more for final outcome, and then I will tell you what all of this means. Final outcome, you got the 9 of Pentacles. You've got the 7 of Pentacles. You've got the 3 of Wands. You've got the 10 of Swords. And last, you've got the Devil. Okay, that can be Capricorn energy. That's Capricorn's major arcana card, or Yeah, Major Arcana card. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. All right, so let me put this all together for you here. What we've got is, in the recent past, Capricorn, you were closing out some sort of cycle or thinking about closing out a cycle, and it brought you a lot of anxiety. Something about a cycle ending brought you a lot of anxiety. You have the Hierophant, which is a very, very committed relationship, a very traditionally committed relationship with the Ten of Pentacles here. So that's leading me to believe that something about this past relationship really had a closing of a cycle here, because you had the World and you have the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the Page of Wands. So Page of Wands is very much like starting fresh, passionate, new beginning energy. And it's feeling like there was some sort of significant relationship where assets were together, things were together. You may have been married to this person or at least lived with this person. There's something about mutual assets being shared here. And you were really anxious. You and this person were probably both really anxious about moving on from each other. Ultimately, you gave it a lot of thought in the Hanged Man. And when you made that decision to move forward, you either found somebody who was who's a Cancer. Cancer is associated with the Chariot. It's our Major Arcana card. You found somebody, and Cancer is a great match to Capricorn, by the way. So you sat and you really contemplated this relationship. Something about the past relationship involved some sort of betrayal, something that really shook the foundation and ultimately made it come to an end or to a close. But there was somebody possibly new that you met, because you've got the Sun and the Page of Pentacles here. So that makes me feel like you went from something that was long-term and you found somebody that is it's newer. It's a newer relationship for you, but it brings you a tremendous amount of happiness. And I know for Capricorn right now, you're one of the signs that is like falling in love in 2026. If you've had a rough love life for the past, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, there's a monumental shift happening for Capricorns, and it is very, very much specifically has to do with money and with love. So King of Pentacles to the Magician here, it looks to me like in the coming future, your finances are really stable, and you are really manifesting both the love that you desire, that you know that you deserve, and also financial, wealth and abundance. There's something here also with Cancer energy being here again about maybe perhaps because of this past hurt. We had the Three of Swords here, some sort of betrayal, and you had the Ten of Swords, and you had the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. So there was something painful that ended for you, Capricorn, some sort of, breakup, divorce, long-term thing that you had going on, and it left you with some, with some feelings of just hurt. So you might have some emotions underneath the surface that still you keep close to the vest, right? You might really like this person, but you're not in King of Cups energy for them just yet. You are still in Knight of Cups energy. So you're willing to give them an offer here. But something about this Judgment and Knight of Swords is telling me that you felt like in the end, whatever closed out for you, you're finally getting something beneficial, something that you deserve, and you really want to move forward with it with a sense of gusto. You're not moving towards it slowly. You're excited to get all of these swords and put them in the past. You're excited to move forward from that. There's a tremendous amount of passion here, and you've gotten to a point where you've accepted that the old situation is done. And again, with this Knight of Swords energy, you're being assertive in your pursuit of whatever new person that you have interest in, whether it's a romantic relationship or if this is talking about business. You're being very assertive about the new business that you're ready to start, and the universe is telling you that there's going to be great fortune should you continue to move down this path. And it's always painful to go through a Three of Swords moment. It just is. I mean, Three of Swords is very much like it's a breakup of some kind, and it's difficult to go through, and it can leave us with deep wounds that we need to then heal from before we're ready to move into a new relationship. So here you've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So on this depiction here, you can see this person in the Seven of Pentacles is really investing, right? They're investing in this new relationship. Here it's an art depiction of a couple who's pregnant. So they're making, they've made a significant investment into being together, and they're extending their family into having a child. But that's not necessarily always what it means. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, it's literally a farmer, and he's plowing, and he's waiting to see if those seeds that he's planted in his garden are going to bear fruit. So there's something here about you're very independent right now. Nine of Pentacles energy, like single as a Pringle energy right here. You've been single as a Pringle for a while. You've gone through, perhaps if it was a divorce that's finalized now, and now you're looking to make a wise investment in the coming future. You don't want to take the next investment, the next person, or the next business endeavor lightly. And the reason for that is, again, there was a deep betrayal here in the past relationship, or maybe you feel like, like you betrayed, if you were married, let's say, and had kids, you might feel like you betrayed your children by ending it. And we all know that, it's best for children to not grow up in an environment where both the parents are deeply unhappy and they're seeing that as like a normal relationship, right? So I always tell my clients who have gone through divorces and stuff like that, it's sometimes it's a blessing. It's not always it's not what you went into the marriage thinking was going to happen, but if it comes to that point, it's usually for the best that it did. And there's something about you wanting to open up your horizons, right? You really want to just stop thinking about this, Ten of Swords. You really want to move on from that and see your ships coming in, new opportunities, new people, getting yourself out there and dating. And then the Capricorn energy here of the Devil could talk about in the outcome there being some sort of, just some deep wound energy that you can be coping with in like not so healthy ways at times, right? So like whether that's drinking a little bit too much, eating a little bit too much, dating a little bit too much, something about perhaps like, don't let that Ten of Swords get you into a state of depression. Don't let that Ten of Swords get you into a state of like numbing yourself. Don't let that Ten of Swords just bring you down, because ultimately, you have the Sun here, and you've got passion, and you've got a lot of beautiful energies on the table that really talk about like this being where the direction that you're going in, right? I feel very much that there's a love connection on its way to you. And I'm going to pull a card here from this deck. Let's see what pops out. Give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. Very much kind of like what I was getting at there, right? Like you need to give things time. Don't let that devil energy of like, I gotta find somebody now, or get obsessive about, when am I gonna find my new person? It's like, let those things flow. Let that take its time to find you, because that's when you know that you're matching with somebody with like the right intentions and from a healed space and all of that. So let's grab a card from here really quick. This is a newer deck of mine that has some really good messages. Let's see what pops out for you. Okay. Every day I become more spontaneous and playful, and I allow myself to fully embrace and live the best version of my life. I love that message for you, Capricorn. That's awesome. I mean, that's very much like, yes, let things, divine timing flow. The universe has your back. I always say that. It's always doing things for you, not against you, even the hard things like the heartbreaks and stuff like that. And the relationships that come to an end, they come to an end for a reason. They come to an end so that a better relationship can come into your life. And I really encourage you to do the self-healing so that you're ready when that relationship is here, if it hasn't already found you. So your bad ash card is, I face my fears head on and kick their ash. I love that. So yeah, that's very Capricorn mentality. Y'all don't mess around. You guys are extremely hard workers. You're typically extremely successful. Once you get your mindset on something, I mean, nobody works as hard as a Capricorn, and that includes relationships and in, you know, finances. So if you've got Capricorn placements in you, you are definitely a hardworking individual. And when you're a hardworking individual with, you know, the Magician here and stuff, you're able to really like take those thoughts and make them a reality. So that's the overall message I have for you, Capricorn. I'm going to pull some of these letters here that just might give you some idea of who you are going to meet or whom you've met as a confirmation. These are just, you know, something fun to see if your letters pop out here. So we've got the letter Q, U, the letter N, we've got E, S, we have another E, we have B, R, R again, N, G, another N, the letter F, the letter W, the letter V, and the letter S. And I'll hold these up for you, Capricorn. These are the letters that you have that popped out for you. And then we'll just do one more thing. We're going to put aside a couple of these cards here that might give you an idea of what signs might be coming into your life. Just further confirmation that this is your reading. Remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else. I mean, it is a general reading, so it's not going to be like totally catered to you. There's going to be times where certain things, certain messages apply and others just don't. So there's a lot of Capricorns that we're tapping into here. You could be dealing with a Virgo. You could be dealing with a Gemini. You could be dealing with a Pisces, a Libra, and here you are, Capricorn. You could be dealing with yourself. So this is the message that I have for you, Capricorn. I think things are going to get really good really fast. I think I'm getting a download of like by the time the spring comes, you're just going to feel like a whole new version of yourself. You're going to be really motivated. Give yourself some time to rest right now as we're ending the winter and just focus on like, what do you want? Envision who you want, what you want for your future. And if you've already met somebody, you know, chances are they're going to be somebody extremely significant in your life for a very long time, Capricorn. So this is what I have for you. Thanks so much. Please give the video a like, a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I am so grateful as we grow this community together. So see you guys next time. Bye.